It's sunny and cold at the same time. It's cool, perhaps, not cold. Today, I decided to experiment with channeling. Now, what do I mean by channeling? It's just tapping into specific frequencies and being a tool for all those messages to come through. The tool here is me and also my mouth or my voice to be more specific. So it's also an act from my perspective. It's an act of breaking my own ego and placing my body here without any preconceived notions of what the message is going to be about. But the channel that I decided to tune in today was remembering, remembrance, and freedom. Actually, I think it's better to just sit. I just had the urge to sit down and record this message. There's so much grounding required with respect to myself, I feel, because there's this heavy inflow of stability that's also coming through as I'm tuning into it. I would like to begin this message by saying or offering the direct tool for remembrance, or like a mantra that you can just repeat to yourself. Anytime you find yourself swaying away from your center, you can bring it back. You can bring your awareness and your presence back to the center. It is simply the breath is the gateway towards remembrance. Now, all of us have the breath. Now, all of us might not have money or the access to internet or an access to guru or someone who guides us towards this remembrance. But something that any human being carries is the pathway towards remembrance, and it's literally right under your nose. It's the breath. It's simply the breath. Anytime you find yourself in a situation where you're unconscious, when that little bit of awareness enters, you see what happens is your system created a pathway for you to be aware. In that pathway, you're presented with a choice. There's the choice of familiar pattern that you can again involve in, or there is a choice to see if it's really true, the patterns that you have been acting from. Is it really true? Is it really loving? Or is it in alignment with your current journey, with your current path, or the person that you're becoming? And you have an opportunity to let that go. If it's not true, of course. Now, it doesn't happen out of force. The process that I am talking about, it doesn't happen out of force. Like anytime you find yourself conscious in a situation where you're unconscious, where you have been reacting unconsciously out of emotion, out of anger, out of whatever it may be, it just presents you with a gentle opportunity. It's not by force. It's like you providing yourself with a gentle opportunity to move forward, to have the freedom towards moving forward in a way that aligns with you at this point in time. Because we are choosing to live here, we accumulate memories, we accumulate experiences and belief systems. Just like how seasons change and the trees have to wither their old leaves and have space or regain space for the new ones to grow. All of us go through that cycle of rebirth and death, we can call it, or re-death. So during those times when we are witnessing things that we are not satisfied about, or not in alignment with, what's happening is that we are being presented an opportunity to continue in that path or let it. That's all it simply means. Once you start getting into the practice of meditation, or once you have the intention of being aware of whatever you're going through, these are things that are naturally going to come up. The patterns that have been running your life, not consciously but subconsciously or unconsciously, all those will start being visible. But the visibility or the awareness was never the problem. It's never the problem. It's how we deal with them that decides how that impacts us. That awareness of the darkness within us, or the places where we are unconscious. That's what I mean by darkness. It's not negative emotions as such. It's just unconsciousness. So whenever those things come up, there's nothing to fear there. It's just the fact that we haven't placed our light in those places that makes it fearful. It's not the emotion or what's there in that unconscious that you're scared of facing. That was never the problem. It's only the fact that we are turning our light away from it that makes it seem more darker and heavier and scarier, to be more exact. But in actuality, there is nothing to fear. Because when you got yourself in all those situations where you find yourself reacting and that new consciousness comes in, and it's just aware, like, oh, I reacted this way. When that kicks in, the nervous system that was used to chaos now has something different from peace. Sorry, different from chaos, which is peace. So it's going to freak out. Your body is going to freak out. But the awareness that I'm talking about is beyond the body. It's a state of consciousness that just kicks in, that wants better for you, for yourself, which is you can call it higher self, your higher self, or God, or the universe, or nature, whatever it is. So, by not running away from those darkness, by choosing to be conscious, by choosing to be aware, we are in alignment with nature, I would like to say. The darkness that we are fearing is nothing but just the places inside ourselves that we have not seen, that we didn't show our light into. It's as simple as that. You don't have to fear your own awareness. Awareness was never the villain. Or awareness, the fact that you carry awareness was never a curse. It's in fact a blessing to see where we can align ourselves with our heart. As simple as that. The fact that things show up in our external environment after we choose to be aware is simply because it's giving us a choice. It's giving us a choice whether to continue in the same mental pattern again or create a new pathway. That's where that nervous system starts getting that peace, like your body starts getting used to peace, and The self-sabotage mechanism deactivates slowly. It's not something that happens overnight. It happens slowly and with gentle compassion. Now, when we're talking about the nervous system, all the healing that can ever take place around nervous system can only happen out of gentleness, and it can never happen out of force. If it happens out of force, you can be pretty sure that it's going to snap back at you. So by force, I mean like you cannot push yourself inside into compassion. Like that's something that needs to bloom within you as you go through experiences. When you're in those quiet spaces where you have not been treating yourself right or someone else right, and that gentleness will whisper. It has always been whispering. We just didn't have the courage to listen to it. Once you start listening to it, that very gentle, quiet time where your thought pattern changes into something else, you start seeing things differently. You start saying different things to yourself. Those are the places, very places where healing happens, not in some grand way or in one epiphanic way where it happens overnight. It's important to realize and sit with the reality of that's how our body was created. Our mind can have the accelerated possibilities of how healing can look. But there is a process that the body has to go through, right? Embracing that process during those dark times at becomes not becomes more like it facilitates the way towards alchemizing it in a way that doesn't store any repository. More like it doesn't leave anything behind in the body in a negative way, any kind of density. Because when you achieve things by force, it always leaves something behind. Suppose you force your healing through or your emotional states through affirmations alone without the actual belief, but you're just bombarding yourself with affirmations. It's like you're bypassing a part which needs healing, which will be actually feeling the depth of your emotions. And let's feel dry, so dry. My God, it's so cool out here. Anyways, so when we do things by force, it's going to leave some densities behind, which needs which needs further presence there. Like you might be able to push through for some time. It's like sticking a band-aid on a cut wound. Like, okay, it's going to just help out a little bit for the next 20-30 minutes, but what about healing the wound? What about applying the medicine there so that it completely doesn't get infected again or it doesn't cause pain again? So sitting with your own darkness, it's not anything negative in nature. It's just that we are afraid. Why are we afraid? Because we forgot that there's nothing to fear. It's a fact that all of us know, but we just forgot. There needs to be some reminder from someone, right? I remind myself of these things every day, so I thought, why not just put it out? It's interesting how certain things that I am facing in my life are super important when it comes to channeling information to other people as well, because there is an unseen source of empathy that's pushing me forward towards bringing this. And although the intention is channeling, my personal experiences are so interwoven to it, and it makes such a beautiful experience for me when it's coming out. I don't know why I told that, but yeah. Hmm. Anyways, anytime you need to remember and come back to your center and be conscious. Come back to your breath. All of us have it literally right here under our nose. Through your breath, you start feeling your body, and through your body, you start being present. As simple as that. You don't have to go over mental ideas of what sadness is, or you don't have to keep reacting to angry thoughts. You just have to feel anger. Like when you're reacting, feel it. Feel what's the emotion behind it. You can always come back to the body through the breath. And once the body is in place, you start remembering. The awareness kicks in. And yeah, there's no more suffering behind experiencing emotions. Attachment to any kind of emotion or experiencing it is what's creating suffering in the first place. So it's like you just free yourself. It's about freedom. And freedom, every one of our freedom, is literally right under our nose. Yes. Thank you.